Alright, so today we're going to be taking a look at this Dell XPS 8500 desktop PC from around 2012, maybe 2013. Over a decade of greatness right here. Now, I'm a massive sucker for old XPS systems and old Alienware systems, and this particular design is honestly one of my favourites. Whenever I see one at the right price, I grab it instantly. It's the perfect mix of non-proprietary connections, a strong power supply, and a sleek design. And with those modern-ish USB 3 header connections, these machines have always been perfect for upgrading. And now, well, I just like them. This particular one I picked up from an eBay auction for the glorious price of £11 and a bit of change, plus postage. And while I would absolutely love to believe this will be an easy fix, I really don't think it will be. I normally have a pretty good sense for these things. Some call it experience, some call it being an old fart. But looking over the seller's profile, it's clear they know what they're doing. They've dealt with tech before, and if they couldn't get it working with all the usual tricks, I'm not holding out much hope either. But for 11 quid, it's a no-brainer. Let's give it a shot. The machine arrived and it's beautiful, genuinely in great shape. I usually avoid the white versions of these unless I'm planning to recase them, because they're normally a lovely shade of nicotine yellow. But this one is as white as the day it rolled off the production line. Opening it up, it's clean inside too, really clean. I'm greeted by the classic 460 watt Dell power supply, and these things are absolute tanks. I've never had one fail on me. We've got 8 GB of DDR3 RAM, and a graphics card that, if I remember rightly, is an AMD HD 7570. So I didn't luck out with the higher end 7870 that some of these machines shipped with. But I kind of already knew that from the listing pictures. Powering it up, I was greeted with the 5 beeps the listing mentioned. A quick internet search later, and that points to either a power issue or a motherboard issue. So first things first, check the power supply. And just as I expected, it checked out perfectly, working as it should. Time to run through the basic checks. 2 known working processors, a known working GPU, different RAM, and still no dice. Now, it's not uncommon for a USB port short or a case short to cause this kind of behaviour. So disconnecting everything except the power supply and powering on again was worth a shot. But no. Still the same beeping. So on to the last test I normally do. Pull the motherboard out, put it on the workbench, and eliminate the possibility of a case short altogether. And same thing. The same 4 beeps. The clanging beeps of doom, as I've decided to call them. Seems like a lot of work when I say it all out loud, but honestly, it took around 15 minutes to arrive at the conclusion that the motherboard is dead. Normally, with an old 1155 board, and trust me, these things are 10 a penny, I'd just bin it and move on. I've got plenty of replacements lying around. But I'm a bit wiser these days. Too much time in the past has been wasted stubbornly trying to resurrect dead parts. That said, I really want to keep this machine original, so I'm giving it one last chance in the ultrasonic Aquathermos Electronics deep cleaning machine, or, as it's more commonly known, the dishwasher. Now, I'm not holding out much hope for this, but honestly, what harm can it do? The dishwasher finished doing its thing, and after giving the board a proper blowdown with the compressor to chase out any water hiding in the nooks and crannies, I left it to dry for the rest of the day while I went off to the day job. Coming home from work, I was genuinely eager to see if anything had changed. So I hooked it all back up, pressed the power button, and we were greeted with a very clean, very shiny, absolutely pristine, still bleeping motherboard. All is not lost though, far from it. After all, we've now got a very nice looking XPS case, a strong power supply, 8 GB of DDR3 RAM, an AMD HD 75-71GB graphics card, and an old Sandy Bridge i5 processor ready to go. So let's drop in a replacement motherboard and get this old beauty up and running again. With the original motherboard officially declared deceased, it was time to bring in the replacement. I grabbed another old 1155 board from the stash, one I knew was working, and gave it a quick bench test just to be sure. Fired it up and boom, she posted first time. Already off to a great start compared to the last one. So with that confirmed, it was time to get it installed into the XPS case. And honestly, it slotted in perfectly, like it had always belonged there. Everything lined up, cables went in nicely, power hooked up, RAM seated, graphics card fitted. The whole thing looked right at home. Moment of truth. Power button pressed, fan spun up, and then, like music to my ears, we had life. No beeps, no errors, no angry motherboard screams. Just a clean, stable boot straight into the BIOS like it was 2012 all over again. This old beauty? She's officially back from the dead. Up and running, happy as anything, and ready for another decade of service. Not bad for 11 quid, a dishwasher cycle and a replacement board. And there we have it. This old Dell XPS 8500 is officially alive again. From a dead motherboard, clanging beeps of doom and a full spa day in the dishwasher, to a clean post screen and a system ready to roar back into life. Not bad for a machine from 2012 and an 11 quid investment. But we're nowhere near done. In the next video, we're going to take this resurrected legend and really put it through its paces. We'll run benchmarks, game tests, stress tests, and maybe even throw in a few cheeky upgrades to see just how far we can push this decade-old beauty. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. So if you enjoyed this revival, hit like, drop a comment, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next part of the journey. This XPS isn't finished yet, not by a long shot. I'll see you in the next one.